And action.
Welcome to your one-stop shop for all things current affairs. We're here to help you ace those exams. So buckle up, because we're diving into the top 10 current affairs you need to know for January 23rd, 2025. Alright, folks, let's kick things off with India playing 4D chess on the global stage. So the US has these sanctions on Russia, right? And India's like, we hear you, but also we like affordable oil. So India's solution? Expand the list of approved Russian insurers for oil imports until 2030. It's like when your parents tell you not to eat cookies before dinner, and you're like, fine, I'll just have a sandwich with cookies inside. India's sending a clear message. We make our own foreign policy, thank you very much. Next up, we're talking about a story that highlights the complex relationship between India and the US. India's planning to repatriate 18,000 illegal migrants from the US. Now I know what you're thinking. 18,000? That's a lot of people. And you're right, it is. But hold on, there's more to it. This move is all about securing those sweet visa programs like the H-1B, which is crucial for Indian professionals working in the US. It's a delicate balancing act, folks. On one hand, you've got immigration concerns. On the other, you've got a whole lot of talented people contributing to the US economy. Good news, everyone. India's got a sweet tooth, and now the world gets to share it. The Indian government just approved the export of 1 million tons of sugar. Why? 2 reasons. First, to stabilize domestic prices, because nobody likes a sugar rush in the market. And second, to get rid of that excess stock, because even we have a limit on how much mithai we can handle. This move marks India's grand re-entry into the global sugar market, baby. Chapter 4. Supreme Court on J and K delimitation, following the Constitution. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court upheld the delimitation process in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, for those of you who haven't memorized the entire Indian Constitution, no judgment, I haven't either. This is a big deal. Delimitation is all about ensuring fair political representation, and the court basically said, yep, this is how it's supposed to be done. They based their decision on Articles 82 and 170, which, trust me, are the articles you want on your side in this situation. Chapter 5. India's Clean Energy Revolution. Powering up the future. Hold on to your hats, folks, because India's going green. And I'm not talking about the color of our flag. We're talking massive investments in renewable energy, aiming for a whopping 500 gigawatt capacity by 2030. That's enough to power like a small continent. The key to this ambitious plan? Public-private partnerships. Because when it comes to saving the planet, we're all in this together. Chapter 6. Mother Nature throws a curveball, severe weather grips northern India. Okay, let's get real for a second. While we're out here conquering the world and becoming a global superpower, Mother Nature decided to remind us who's really in charge. Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand got hit with some seriously intense weather, highlighting the urgent need for disaster-resilient infrastructure. It's a wake-up call, folks. We can't just focus on development. We gotta make sure it can withstand whatever nature throws our way. Chapter 7. Foxconn under fire. Again. NHRC investigates hiring practices. Remember Foxconn? The company that makes all those phones we're obsessed with? Well, they're back in the news, and it's not for a good reason. The National Human Rights Commission is launching another probe into their hiring practices, this time for alleged gender discrimination. It's 2025, people. We're supposed to be past this. The NHRC is upholding Articles 14 and 16 of the Constitution, which guarantee equality before the law and equal opportunities. Let's hope Foxconn gets the message this time. Alright, time for some defense talk. Remember that whole Atmanirbhar Bharat thing? Well, it's not just a catchy slogan. India's seriously ramping up its defense exports. We're talking BrahMos missiles heading to Southeast Asia, military equipment going to African nations, you name it, we're exporting it. It's a bold move, showing the world that India's not just a peace-loving nation, we're also a force to be reckoned with. Speaking of important positions, there's a new chief election commissioner in town, and they're all about those election reforms. We're talking remote voting systems for migrant workers, ensuring every vote counts, and making sure those elections are as free and fair as a Bollywood dance competition, but with, less glitter. Last but not least, let's talk about the Olympics. No, India's not hosting in 2032, that's Brisbane, Australia. But guess who's eyeing that 2036 bid? That's right, India. And we're learning from Brisbane's planning challenges. Because let's be real, hosting the Olympics is a massive undertaking. It's not just about building stadiums. It's about sustainable development, efficient transportation, and making sure the entire city is ready for the world stage. And that's a wrap on today's Top 10 Current Affairs. Give yourselves a round of applause for staying informed. Now go out there and ace those exams. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying up to date on current affairs is like having superpowers in the exam hall. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep crushing it.